Hi guys, Ryan here. So today we're going to go through everything that is in my collection as far as One Piece goes. So yeah, the main part would definitely be the manga, but I also have the anime, I have action figures, I have art books, you name it, I have it for One Piece. So yeah, and there's a reason for that. It's because it's my favorite series of all time, it's my favorite anime, it's my favorite manga, and it's my favorite series. So yeah, we're going to start off with Romance Dawn, Volume 1. For the East Blue Saga, this is where it started it all. And yeah, we have Luffy, Nami, Zoro. Zoro is the first mate, Nami is the second mate. Zoro is a three swordsman. Luffy is the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates. And what's good about One Piece is that it really fleshes out the characters' backstories really well and kind of shows what drives the characters, what gets them motivated every day. So yeah. And then also we have Nami, and she's great with directions and a map, unlike Zoro. But yeah, Zoro often gets lost, but he is a great swordsman. And yeah, I love all the Straw Hats, every new edition that we get, every new Straw Hat that we get. And yeah, basically in this story, Luffy is going after the One Piece, the ultimate pirate treasure of them all. So yeah, you can get shiny versions of the first 23 volumes. It's pretty rare and hard to find, but I have seen people in the community have them and own them. So yeah, let's take a look inside the first volume here. We got Shanks saving Luffy's life when he's a boy, and whoever eats a devil fruit cannot swim, but they obtain newfound powers. So yeah, that is volume 1. Here's volume 2. We got Captain Buggy. We have Captain Buggy and his circus of a crew. And the new One Piece Netflix show just recently came out. I loved watching it. It's very different than just the anime. It takes a lot of different directions and switches things up, changes things around. But overall, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, it was definitely interesting with the fight between Buggy and Luffy, because Buggy can separate his body into basically as many parts as he wants. But he basically gets defeated by Luffy, Zoro, and Nami when they tie up all the body parts. So that way he can't transform back into his regular form. And I remember when Luffy beat down this guy because of the disrespect he did to the dog that was waiting for his owner to return, even though they had passed away, unfortunately. But yeah, that was an epic moment of Luffy sticking up for the dog. So yeah. And I also remember a sword fight with this guy and Zoro. But at first, when Nami meets Luffy, she offers him up because she's trying to get treasure, and we'll find out later how that happens and why that happens. But yeah, Nami ends up going with Luffy and Zoro and whatnot. So there is volume 2 with Luffy giving a number 2 peace sign. That's fun. I love the art style for One Piece. It definitely changes over time with the character designs. But yeah, just fantastic stuff all around. Alright, so next up we got here is Luffy with a really cool red and gold kind of coat with Zoro there on a boat. There's the back with Luffy extending his hands out. And yeah, Luffy is my favorite main character in any series. And my second favorite character in One Piece is Zoro. Alright, so now we're getting to where we meet Usopp for the first time. He's known as kind of a big liar in his town. But yeah, some things happen and Usopp finds out about Klahadore, the butler to this girl named Kaya. He plans to basically murder her and get her fortune. And Usopp tries to tell everybody, but nobody believes him, unfortunately. But Luffy, Zoro, and Nami help out and fight against Klahadore's pirate crew. So we have Django here, he can make people fall asleep. And it's kind of funny, he does it to himself sometimes too. So yeah. There's the back with Luffy charging forward with the pirate flag. And yeah, we got Usopp and Kaya. I love those two. And yeah, we have Usopp's crew with the kids. And we can see Nami's staff, which later turns into a climate baton with the help of Usopp's engineering. But yeah, I love One Piece so much. There's Luffy eating some ice cream. Next up, we got them all wearing black with a black cat. So that's pretty cool. It's cool seeing like the characters have different kinds of fashion, especially on like different artwork. It's very cool to see. We have Luffy jumping into the water with a bunch of floaties and watercraft tubes because I think he's trying to get a fish with that spear, but he can't swim, so that's why he's wearing the tubes. Alright, and then we're getting to Sanji with the Barati little arc. And yeah, like Don Krieg shows up, but before that happens, Sanji feeds Don Krieg's main underling because Sanji will always feed a hungry stomach, regardless of who it is. So that's admirable. So yeah, Sanji mainly uses his legs to fight, and yeah, I love the chemistry between all the Straw Hats and all the different characters. There's so many characters you meet in One Piece. Fantastic. We got Luffy charging forward. And it was kind of cut short in the Netflix version, but in the manga we get the full fight with Don Krieg and Luffy. There's the main underling from Don Krieg. And yeah, this guy was fighting Sanji and a lot of emotional stuff. We learned about Sanji's backstory with Chef Zeph with his really tall chef hat. We got Luffy with his fist and eating a piece of meat right there. Next up we got is Volume 9. So yeah, this is after Don Krieg gets defeated, and yeah, we delve into Nami's backstory. And it's pretty emotional. Her mother passes away because of Arlong wanting everybody to pay a certain amount of money, and she could only pay for her 2 daughters. And Nami's sister thinks that, you know, Nami's terrible and stuff, but in reality, it's because she's trying to gain a certain amount of money, a certain amount of One Piece treasure to buy off Arlong, so his pirates all leave Nami's main village where she grew up. But yeah, in this we got Luffy, Zoro, Usopp, Sanji. And Nami loves her tangerines and money. Alright, and then we got Luffy there with a fish on the back. So yeah, it's really cool seeing in the live action version with the prosthetics and how much of a fisherman he looked like in that version. But yeah, we have Arlong here and the fishermen, and they're really fast underwater. They can breathe underwater. They're super strong. They think they're superior to Luffy and his friends. But yeah, some epic stuff happens with the fights. Luffy defeats Arlong in an emotional battle. It was emotional for Nami because of what Arlong has done to, her and her past. And then, yeah, we have this illustration which is on the very first One Piece manga box set with Usopp, Nami, Luffy, and Zoro. Alright, next up. They recreated this in a picture for the Netflix show, but this is a fun cover. We got Nami in the center with the pink and white couch. We got Sanji, Luffy, Zoro, Usopp. And we got Luffy and the Going Merry. And yeah, I forgot to mention earlier, after Luffy and all them defeat Klahadore and and all of his crew, they get the Going Merry ship from the character named Mary and Kaya. So that was nice. Definitely deserved getting that ship after they defended the town and saved everybody. And yeah, we have volume 12 here. This is the start of Baroque Works, and this is where season 2 of the Netflix show will pick up. So they make it to Logetown or Roguetown, and Buggy is after Luffy. He's trying to get revenge, right? He's at the same place that Goldie Roger had died. So then some crazy weather happens. Buggy gets electrocuted by some lightning, and Luffy and them all escape, and they're being chased by Smoker, the Marine, and Tashigi, his underling, who looks just like somebody Zoro used to know when he was a kid. But yeah, this was a great send-off and a great start to the Baroque Work arc, because all the Straw Hats are going to go to the Grand Line, and they make a kind of a promise, and they declare their dream and goal for their life, and they say all this stuff like Usopp wants to become a brave warrior of the sea, Nami wants to make a map of the whole world, Sanji wants to find the All Blue, Luffy wants to be king of the pirates, Zoro wants to become the greatest swordsman ever. So yeah, great stuff there. Got Luffy ready to fight on the back. Alright, and now we're going to go to volume 13. Okay, so we have all the Baroque Work agents. We got Vivi, who's really the Princess of Alabasta, right? And we got Luffy in the middle with his balloon version of himself. And yeah, it's cool seeing the live action version of that balloon power-up. But this is a fantastic arc. There's so much build-up, all these fights happening, all these things intertwine, and has an amazing finale. And I heard that this is where Oda planned to end the manga, but he kept having more ideas, and One Piece kept being more popular, so he kept going. So we have Luffy catching a fish with some meat. Alright, now we have volume 14. And we got Mr. 3 and the girl with the paint devil fruit power. And yeah, they're in a sticky situation here. They get Mr. 3 has kind of candle power, so he made them all stuck, but they're able to defeat them luckily. And yeah, we have Vivi and Karoo and Luffy there on the front cover with a nice blue look. One Piece volumes are very colorful and fun to look at. And we have Nami and the bird. Next up, we have the island where there are these giants from Elbaf, which is a giant island, and I hope we get to see that in the future of One Piece. And Usopp is inspired by them to become a brave warrior of the sea because of them clashing and fighting and trying to get stronger against each other and for each other. And yeah, we have Luffy here. But yeah, you can see their faces there again. What a fun cover. And yeah, we have Luffy here with some type of animal. I don't know what that is, but yeah. Alright. Next up we get the arc with Chopper, where you get to see him for the very first time. And his backstory, which is very emotional, like all the Straw Hats backstories are. And Chopper joins the Straw Hat crew. There is Wapple, who's a terrible king and treats the Drum Island people terribly. But Luffy defeats him. Wapple likes to eat anything like boats, houses, ships, you name it, he'll eat it. Chopper's a fun character, and he's really smart too. He wants to become a great doctor, and he is. There's emotional stuff with this character and Chopper, the doctor and Chopper. Emotional stuff for sure, but really great storytelling. And we got Nami and Vivi together. And I think Vivi is good enough to be a Straw Hat. So there is Wapple with his henchmen. And yeah, we got Luffy, Sanji, Chopper. Luffy saves Sanji's life. There's like this avalanche that's happening and stuff. And there's like this giant, kind of like a castle on top of this mountain, which is really hard to get to. But Luffy makes it there, and the lady doctor who works with Chopper saves their lives. And there's the back with Vivi, Karoo, Luffy, Usopp. But yeah, this is the first time we see Luffy's brother Ace, Fire Fist Ace. Speaking of which, here's Ace, the action figure that I own. It was very entertaining seeing Ace and Luffy meet. We have Vivi, Nami, and the villain in this arc is Sir Crocodile, and he is terrible. And yeah, I made stop motion videos with all the fights between Luffy and Sir Crocodile. But yeah, basically Sir Crocodile is trying to turn the kingdom against itself, and he wants to cause all this chaos and stuff. But I remember one funny moment, and yeah, people thought Ace was dead even though he was just asleep while eating his food. And then Luffy runs in there, Smoker runs in there, and they're like all running around and stuff. It's kind of comedic. But Ace is like one of my favorite characters in all of One Piece. He's really cool. Got Luffy there in the back, probably jazzed about seeing his brother again. Alright, and now we have volume 19. And yeah, so we have the king, and there is this one character who can he was a Baroque work agent under Sir Crocodile, and he can transform to look like anybody that he sees. And he basically makes himself look like the king, causes all this chaos and stuff, and then these rebels start fighting because I think the king did some terrible things, even though in reality he was really kidnapped by Sir Crocodile. But yeah, this arc was awesome. And yeah, we have Luffy making a face like Sanji would look like, and Usopp's laughing about it, so that's kind of fun. And yeah, we have Luffy and Nami and a wild animal in the background. Alright, and then next up we have here is Volume 20. Alright, so we have Sir Crocodile, Karoo in the middle, Smoker, the main leader of the rebels, the king, and Luffy. And the fight between Luffy and Sir Crocodile, especially the finale fight, that is, takes him multiple times. He keeps getting defeated by Crocodile, but he is able to defeat him in the end. So we got a hippo, Luffy on top. I think Usopp has like an RPG. And then there's Zoro there. Looking cool. And then this is pretty neat. So, if you put these two volumes together, they make one connected image. That's pretty neat. We have the Straw Hats, Vivi and Karoo, the Baroque work agents, Nico Robin. This is the first time we get to see her character. And it's great that she joins the Straw Hat crew. But all the fights between the Baroque work agents and the Straw Hats were very entertaining. Now we get the rest of the image with Luffy jumping in to get some food. Everybody's kind of concerned for Luffy there because he can't swim, of course. And then we got Volume 22. There they are doing some karate. Very fun. And then we got the last volume. Volume 23. So yeah, we got Vivi in the middle, Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Chopper, Sanji. And yeah, all their fights were epic. It was all tied in super duper well. And when they defeat Crocodile and defeat all the Baroque work agents and the rebels stop fighting and stuff, and then Vivi says farewell to the Straw Hats, it's very emotional. And then here's the part where the king is giving thanks to Luffy. And he says, "It was nothing," and he's grinning and laughing. And yeah, when they say farewell, it's super emotional, but epic too. There it is. So they put X's on their arms because that way there's that one guy that can transform to look like anybody. If they take off the band covering the X on their arm, then they'll know that they are the real Straw Hat crew member, or VV. So yeah, that is the first manga box set for One Piece, and I think I'm going to do this in multiple parts so we can go in detail and go through all my collection. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed watching this first part. Plan to make 4 parts for this, for every box set there is. I think I'll make, it might even be more than that, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm going to go through everything One Piece that I have in my collection in detail. And leave a like if you enjoyed like stuff like this. And yeah, subscribe if you're new. And if you love One Piece, let me know what your thoughts are, especially on the first arc. And until next time, peace out.